Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tom Worth Jr. And today we're going to talk about something that is maybe going to cost me some subscribers. But that's okay. I can't lose sight of why I'm doing this, which is to talk to people who like me, may have voted for Trump back in 2016 and address some of those reasons why they cannot vote for him anymore. I did not in 2020, and I will not be this year. Obviously, I'll be voting for Kamala Harris, just like I voted for Biden. But the topic is abortion, and I'm not convincing anyone to change opinions on pro-life or women's reproductive health, and that's not what I am trying to do. I could never do that. I am someone who has tremendous empathy for people in life, situations. That includes both sides of this issue. I personally am pro-life. I've stated that from the first video. I personally recognize that the other viewpoint is that women should have control of their own bodies and their own reproductive health. I completely agree with that, obviously. How could you not? I am discussing Trump here and why, whichever side you're on, you cannot vote for the guy. From a pro-life perspective, which is what I have been my whole life, that's how I was raised, that's how I have remained as an adult, that's how I am now. For those of you that don't grasp that view or vehemently disagree with it, I'll just state what it is. And that is that the innocent life of the unborn should be protected. It can't protect itself. So if it is killed, shame on us. And that is in no way to say that women should be told to do what to do with their bodies, or if their health is in danger, or if they were raped, or there are situations, terrible situations in this world, in this life, that happen. I'm not saying anything about that. I am saying the pro-life view is the life of the innocent unborn should be protected. It should not be ended. That's where it comes from. And I would say that there are reasons why people try to avoid getting pregnant in the first place. There are a lot of reasons why people get pregnant and did not intend to. And I think that's most often what we're talking about with abortion. But not always. There are people who intend to get pregnant and get pregnant, and there is a health issue that comes up. The life or the health of the mother is threatened, and a horrible decision has to be made by the mother, and that should be up to the mother. All of that said, Donald Trump was pro-abortion. That is a fact. That is documented before he ran for president in 2016, before he started angling which party, Republican, Democrat, whatever, that he might have political aspirations for. He was pro-choice. I may have just said pro-life. He was pro-choice. He was pro-abortion. And to win the Republican nomination as president, you can't be pro-choice. That's just not going to happen, any more than winning the nomination for a Democrat candidate could have someone who is pro-life. It's just never going to happen. Well, I can't say never, but I don't see I don't know. I don't see that ever happening on either side. So if you are going to be the nomination for president, the nominee for president, as a Republican, as he intended to do, you have to say you are pro-life, whether you are or not. And he did that. And he appointed judges. He appointed pro-life Supreme Court justices. There is now a 6-3 majority, and that's not going away today for the Republicans, for the pro-life Republicans. That's not going away in the next 4 years. I don't know when that 6-3, when that conservative majority will be eradicated by liberals. I don't know. It's not over the next 4 years. You could have Trump say whatever he wants to say. We all know you can't believe anything he says. What he has been saying, since he now views abortion as an issue he would lose on rather than win on, what has he done? He has flipped sides. He has said, I won't sign a national ban on abortion. I am sorry. If you are pro-life, someone like me, someone like a lot of people, it is not up to a state. We're not leaving it up to the states to decide whether an innocent unborn life can be ended or not. It's not a state issue. It's a human right. It's a universal human rights issue in our eyes. That's not everyone. That's why I know that I'll lose subscribers here, because what I've found on this channel is it's a lot of seemingly Democrat subscribers, and I love that. I love banding together to hopefully keep Trump out of office this fall. But you are not who I am talking to right now. I am talking to people who would vote for Trump because they are a single issue pro-life voter. That you cannot do that. He is no longer the pro-life candidate. Now, Kamala Harris isn't the pro-life candidate. Obviously, you know where she stands. With Donald Trump, you know that he has moved towards the abortion is okay camp. And if that's the only reason you're voting for him, or the main reason you're voting for him, it's not a reason anymore. He has come out and said he does not think abortion should be banned nationally. He thinks it should depend on what state you live in. For some reason, babies who aren't born yet in, I don't know, Texas, should be preserved, but babies who aren't born yet in New York or California should be allowed to be aborted. That's what he's saying. That is not a pro-life person. It's also not a pro-choice person. He wouldn't leave it up. So he's trying to go for Kamala Harris voters who are pro-choice, and that there's no universe where that would ever happen. So why would he do this? Well, he's flailing, he's losing, he's desperate. But he is and always has been pro-choice. He, from the mindset of pro-life people such as myself, he did what we elected him to do that first term, which is to fight against abortion. He did that, and that is done now. There's nothing more he can do except for undo what he did, which is appoint Supreme Court justices who ruled on Roe v. Wade in the Dobbs case. This is so incredibly difficult to talk about, but that's because it is such a divisive issue. There are things that our society universally agrees on that are not okay to ever do. You can't ever steal from anyone. That you will be punished. I don't care where you are. If you steal from someone in America, really in probably any country in the world, you are going to be prosecuted if you get caught. If you rape someone, that's never okay. It doesn't matter. It's not a state voter issue. It doesn't matter if they rape you in Florida or Texas or New York or like it depends where you're raped, whether you're prosecuted or not. That is settled. That is not okay in society. If you kill someone, if you take another life, that is okay under certain circumstances. If you are protecting your own life, if it's self-defense, you can do that. If you're at war, you're killing someone else who's trying to kill you, their country's trying to kill you, and your country's trying to kill them. We agree as societies that that's okay. If you end the life of an unborn child, that's where that's tricky, because sometimes killing another human being is okay. I think just about everyone would agree that if you've got a pregnant mother in a condition where a decision has to be made, her life or the child's life, she should be able to make that decision. And that's the hardest decision any mother could ever make. If there are other reasons for the abortion, that's where the judgment comes in. That's where the disagreement comes in. If it's there's nothing I can say here to sway anyone either direction. You believe what you believe. And maybe you believe that it should be state by state. I don't see who would believe that. I don't see, and this is Trump's official stated position. So if you are pro-life or if you are pro-choice, how could you vote for a guy that says, well, in some states, this is going to be the law, and in some states, this is going to be the law? Who would agree with that? You either believe in women's reproductive health and women's choice, or you believe in the sanctity of the unborn life. Either way, and I have empathy for both. I absolutely do. If there's no way around that. So you can not vote for Trump if you are pro-life. You just can't do it. Even Lila Rose, who I might be going a little... Lyla Rose is a very prominent pro-life voice. She started as a younger person, and she's still involved. I hadn't come across her name in years, but during this Florida vote, where Trump had said, an abortion ban after 6 weeks in Florida, he had indicated that he was not going to be in favor of that. Pro-life people are always going to not want abortions, certainly after 6 weeks. He knows this is a losing political issue for him unless he gets Kamala Harris voters voting for him. So he said he wouldn't vote for that. Well, that just made everyone go crazy on the pro-life side. J.D. Vance tried to cover it up. Lila Rose did not try to cover it up. She's been saying, dude, you're not pro-life anymore. you're not doing the things and saying the things that someone who is pro-life would say and do. So we're under no obligation as pro-life people to vote for you. So she is a major influence in the pro-life movement, and she is directly telling him that she would not vote for him right now. She's not saying she'll vote for Kamala Harris. She's, honestly, she's saying, I would never vote for a Democrat, but I absolutely would not vote for Donald Trump if the election were held today, because he is not acting like a pro-life person. And she wouldn't say who she would vote for. She mentioned something about, there could be write-in candidates or something, and she knows that they would not actually be in office. But she herself, as of right now, would not vote for Donald Trump, a leader of the pro-life movement. So if Lila Rose cannot vote for this guy because he is so far off the pro-life script now, how could you? You can't. If you are pro-choice, I mean, you're probably not even still watching anymore. That's fine. But I just wanted to reach people with this video who are pro-life, who, as thrilled as you are, as we are, that Roe v. Wade was overturned. And again, I say this with the full knowledge that it's going to upset a lot of viewers of this channel and a lot of viewers of this video. But I also say it as one who, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a social influencer. I am a guy who started a little photography channel back in late January when I was between financial contracting gigs. And I had what turned out to be almost 2 months on my hands. And for fun, I'm just into cameras and photography. And I did some videos of downtown Fort Worth and downtown Dallas, just talking about different cameras and their photography quality, different lenses. Nobody watched. I started my channel with 8 subscribers of family and friends, and after almost 2 months of doing that, I think I had 6 or 7 videos maybe, I ramped it all the way up to 13 subscribers. And then went back to another contract gig towards the end of February and didn't make any more videos. 6 months later, here in August, a little over a week ago, I still had 13 subscribers. And I decided I had been out of contract work for over 3 months at that point, and now still. And I wanted to do something, and I was partially inspired by Michelle Obama's DNC speech, where she said, do something. Because one thing that's never changed with me is my disgust with Donald Trump after that first time I helped put him in office. So I decided to do something. I decided to, rather than rant to my family and friends about how awful Trump is, I will use my camera and lighting and sound knowledge, such as it was, to start putting some of this out there on YouTube and giving the perspective of someone who was a Trump voter but is not, and my values have not changed. Nothing about me has changed, but this guy cannot be president again. That's the perspective of this video and the perspective of my channel entirely. It's closing in on 500 subscribers after just over a week, and I know there's a lot of people out there on the Democrat and Republican side, in the independent side especially, who we are all united against Trump, and we need to stay united against Trump regardless of life view. I'm talking today at pro-life people, and how you may hold your nose and vote for Trump because he's the pro-life candidate. He's not. I mean, ask Lila Rose. Go look at interviews with her. I found one on Politico. He's not the pro-life candidate anymore. That's really all I needed to get off my chest today. We're Saturday right now, Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and we will talk again tomorrow. See ya.